Today marked the 1 year anniversary of the Brussels attack, which I made a video about at that time, and I'd hoped to revisit the subject and kind of cover it once more, give credence on just remembering it. No, instead, we're greeted with another attack, this one in Westminster's, their bridge in Parliament Square in central London, where a vehicle was driven into a crowd of people near the palace gates, and an attacker proceeded to stab a police officer. Now, three people that were hit by that car, the police officer and the assailant, are dead. This has been declared a terrorist attack. It's just more violence. Now, police confirmed that they believe more than one person was involved. Who knows? But what I don't understand is that, and the part of the reason I chose to start off with acknowledging this is the anniversary of the Brussels attack, is that it feels so, it could not be coincidental that this would fall on the same day as that attack. It just can't. And part of the reason for that is, if you look at the calendar of every single incident, you'll notice that many of these high-profile terrorist attacks usually have something corresponding to that date. For example, 9/11 was known as 9/11 because it occurred on September 11th. Well, the Benghazi attack that killed the 4 Americans occurred on September 11th of 2012. So much so that Senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul, referred to it as the new 9/11 back, months after it occurred. So, my point in bringing that up is, while I cannot confirm that the terrorists have a magical calendar of all the days in which they've committed these evil acts, I can draw conclusions that most likely this was done as a way of whoever was responsible for this, of preserving that date and furthering that date as a day in which we remember just tragedies, because that's exactly what this is. People lost their lives over someone plowing a vehicle. And the scary part is that we've seen over in the US all this talk about gun control, but there was a knife and a car involved. Are we going to start banning knives? Are we going to start banning cars? No, because those are, whether we like it or not, utilities. Try cutting food without the use of a knife. Not easy. Try getting somewhere without the use of a car, either driven by you or by Uber or Lyft or whatever other app service. Not easy. You know, there needs to be a time where we just go and say, okay, well, time to stop blaming what was used in the attack. Blame the people and the mentality that causes this type of stuff. There is a serious level of lack in the morality of some individuals that live in this world. And it's not just abroad, it's in the US as well. We've seen it with these different terrorist attacks. But when you can wake up one day and decide, I am going to take a person's life. I am going to end this person here, right now, on this day, whatever. When you can just decide to do that, and that person, you know these people didn't do anything to that attacker. You know that. The attacker didn't just by chance meet the officer or the three people that were plowed into. It was a complete act of random destruction and violence. And what's worse is that we refuse to learn from it. And even though the United Kingdom, its politics are not as, entrenched in my mind, just admitting my ignorance, I'd rather say it outright than try to pretend as if I'm, more knowledgeable than I try to be. I don't see any way this could have been handled or prevented. It feels as if it's something that uses our utilities and uses our resources and really gives us no reason to suspect this would have happened, this would have occurred. You don't just wake up one day and think, oh man, a terrorist attack is gonna, transpire in a few hours. It doesn't work like that. So my thoughts are with the, families of these victims, both the ones who passed away and the 41 non-fatal injuries. I hope they survive and recover and are able to resume life effectively as soon as possible. I hope the UK finds some way of addressing this or doing something about it. I really can't blame them about not being able to, but it's scary that it can come to this point. And on a day in which we were already grieving over another attack. So thank you for watching and have a good day and stay safe.